It's the first week in the month, which means it's time for the April vlog. That sounds good. Stick around. Hi and welcome back to the Woodgrafter. I'm Andy Gile, and if you're new here, welcome on board. It's really great to have you. Our mission at the Woodgrafter is to inspire, educate and support you in your journey to becoming a better woodworker. Now we do that through a whole variety of different videos. We do tool tips, we do tool reviews, we do project builds, we get together once a month and have a chat, videos such as this one. So if you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing now. Now we also have a website, www.thewoodgrafter.com, and over there you're going to find an online store, you're going to find free plans, and you're going to find courses taking you step by step to build something. There's also a vibrant community, so if you're not a member of the website, get over there now and grab yourself a free membership. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video, leave a comment and get in touch. I read them all and I respond to each and every one. And with that said, let's get into the monthly vlog. So it's been a strange month. We've been hit by the COVID virus, not health-wise, I hasten to add. I'm okay, all my family's okay, and I hope you're okay as well and everything's good where you are. But the pure fact of being in lockdown has hit me a little bit in terms of the business. Obviously, commissions have either stopped or paused or been put on hold for a while. New commissions, new opportunities have dried up as people lock themselves down and bed in for the next few months. Financially, we're okay. I'm not in danger of closing the business down or closing the YouTube channel down or closing the website down. So I'm going to continue. Things have slowed down a little bit and being impacted. And if you follow the channel over the last month, you'll see that my schedule of videos went completely out of the window. A variety of problems with that. Couldn't get hold of some stock I needed to get hold of. Some of the plans I had to build things were delayed or have been delayed or postponed. So it's a bit of a different month. We got some videos out though. We managed to do a short mini series on an end grain cutting board, which is something I wanted in my kitchen for a while, and that worked out pretty well. I was quite pleased with that. I invested in a new tool, a Festool belt sander, and we did a review video on that as well, and that went pretty good and was pretty popular. As always with the Festool label, it divided opinion when it comes down to talking about the cost and the investment. And like all Festool tools, they're not really for the hobbyist woodworker. If you can afford them, you won't be disappointed, but they're much more for production type environments where they do start to pay themselves with time-saving activities and the longevity and quality of the tools. But you pay money and take your choice. But yeah, we did that video as well. I've got a few more things now. Obviously my schedule for the next month is also going to be bits and bobs. It's not going to be any big project builds, but I've got a few things and a few ideas lined up that we'll look at in a second. This black box here, this black sustainer from Thanos, is actually a new product that we've got in the shop, and we're going to be reviewing this in the next week or so. And this is the rail square from benchdogs.co.uk. It's a really nice product. This is what Ralph over at Bench Dogs calls the fully loaded. It comes in a grey sustainer. This is actually the Thanos sustainer, the original makers of these. Exactly the same as the ones you'll see in Festool, and it still clips together quite happily on there and locks in, so it works with the overall system. Now I did ring Ralph up and say, so you've changed your sustainers in now this nice graphite grey colour. Yeah, he said, I'm rebranding. I said, yeah, but it doesn't go with my workshop now because that's all grey and green and I've got this graphite thing in the middle of it. But okay, it looks good, does the job, and it's much more now about the products. We'll do a full review on this one, but just as a spoiler, you've got this real solid, heavy square here that clips onto the Festool rails, and it comes with a variety of products. And if you're not sure what this actually is, it's just a square that clips onto a Festool rail, and then it can quickly be tightened down into position using the supplied wrench. Now that has made a perfect 90 degree between the plate and the rail, like so. Now the reason that is interesting to you, you have a clean reference edge, you line up your plate on the reference edge, and that cut is now guaranteed to be 90 degrees to this one. So you can quickly use the plate to make a variety of cuts on a board, guaranteeing that everything is nice and square. And you've not got to worry about fences or clamps or MFTs. You could do that sat on the floor if you so wished, and it would work really, really well. So it's a good device. There's a few of them on the market, and it's good to see that Bench Dogs have now entered this market. And we'll do a review on this and put it through its paces. We'll do the 5 square cut as always. We'll measure it to see how accurate it really is, and we'll talk about all these exciting bits and bobs that we get in the kit. That'll be an interesting video, I think, and there's been quite a lot of requests for that as well. Ralph bought this out, or started to advertise this on his website a fair few months ago, and he got the first batch in about a month and a half ago. They went pretty quickly, and I'm lucky enough now he sent me one through for testing and for reviewing. Excellent. But let's see how the channel's going, let's see where we're up to, and let's see what the plans are. So here we are on the Woodgrafter, the April review, looking back on the month of March, and we've got the usual overview of our business. Still around, inspiring, educating, supporting an ever-growing and interactive community, which is fantastic. Settled down to the 7 o'clock slot on Tuesdays. I've been pretty good now at doing that. And I'm still inspiring through ideas, tips and reviews, educating through step-by-step website project builds over at the Woodgrafter website, and we've got a very, very vibrant community with lots of Q&As and insights coming back. We've got some 2020 goals set, 15,000 subscribers, 2.5 million minutes of videos watched, and 500 web subscribers that have now surpassed, so I've reset my target to 1,000. I want to get 4 deep dive website projects. Obviously that's paused a little bit, but I'll probably still be able to achieve that, assuming I can get some stock to start the bench build. I still want to write season 1 of Beginner's Guide to Woodworking, and I've not really started that, but what I have done is I've finally moved forward with the craft side of the business, and I've now got a web domain and a website set up, www.thewoodengiftstore.com, and on there I'm obviously going to sell some of the products that we're making in the Woodgrafter, and that'd be quite exciting. Still 2 sides to the business, the Woodgrafter education side, which is all the website school that you know about, and commissions I'm actually moving now to be the woodengiftstore.com, and on there there's going to be handmade gifts, ornaments and furniture, and the website is there now. You can actually log on and have a look at it at thewoodengiftstore.com, but I've not yet opened it for business. I'm still building it up. Now I've actually found a wholesaler for wooden gifts, so at launch I'll probably have about 20 odd different products on there that I can actually sell. Now that'll get the thing established, and I can market that on Amazon, on Etsy, on YouTube, and I can start to grow up that side of the revenue business. When things pick up again, it doesn't make sense to launch it just at the moment, but when we all get over the virus and things start to move forward, that'll be a good time to launch that. So I'm spending the time now to set that thing up, get it moving, get the commerce side right, get the supply chain working. I also on that website want to start to put on some craft projects that I'm going to make in the name of the Woodgrafter. So you saw the cutting board, the end-grain cutting board, that sort of thing, and I've designed a range of those now that's going to go up on the website. A few other things coming down the line, things like these very, very simple stands for putting books on. I'm going to design one of those and see how that works. Small soap dish trays, bathroom products, that sort of thing. So there'll be a range of Woodgrafter products going into that store in the near future. And as I say, obviously we're moving forward and we're still doing that. The other thing about the gift store, I'm not sure how I'm going to make this work, but I'll be interested in your view on this one. If you're a maker and you're making products in a reasonable quantity and you want to sell them, maybe you've already got an Etsy store, maybe you already do craft fairs and that sort of thing, I wouldn't mind hearing from you. Because I'm thinking about opening up the website so other makers can sell onto that website. So in the same way I built up the community store over at the www.thewoodgrafter.com, I'm thinking about building up a maker's market over on the woodengiftstore.com. So if you are a maker and you're interested in that, drop me a line at info@thewoodgrafter.com and let's just sort of kick some ideas around and see what would work and what wouldn't work. So let me know what you think about that idea, woodengiftstore.com becoming some sort of maker's market for ourselves. So I've managed to cobble together some sort of video plan for the month, and we'll see where it takes us to. Last week I put out the belt sander, the review, the Festool belt sander. That was reasonably popular, I think. It went down reasonably well. Next week, next Tuesday, will be the review of the Bench Dogs rail square. We'll put that through its paces and we'll see what we will think. I'm then going to do a mobile base. Now the mobile base is for my planer jointer. Now if you followed the planer jointer series, you'll know I bought a mobile base from Axminster, and to be honest with you, that mobile base is one of the worst things I've ever bought in the workshop. I heartily do not recommend it, and the reason being, the way that works, it's got two knobs, and you tighten the knob down and that raises the wheels off the floor. You loosen those off and the wheels come back and you can wheel the thing around. Problem is, those knobs that you adjust are poor quality, and you actually got to get a wrench out to actually do the adjustment. And that's okay if you move the device once every blue moon, but I want to be able to pull this out, move it around the workshop, make the cut, put it back, do some work, pull it out, get the next piece of stock. Because in my workflow I mill the stock just before I use it. And if you ever followed the coffee table series, you remember here I had cut all the rough cut stock down to size, left it there pre-milled. I took what I needed, I milled it, I did the process and carried on in that way. So I'm forever moving the planer jointer in and out. At the moment, because those knobs don't work very well, I'm just dragging it through the workshop. I'm grabbing the planer jointer by the cast iron table and dragging it. Guess what that does? That knocks the cast iron tables out of calibration. And if you followed the series again on the planer jointer, you'll know that setting that thing up is a pain in the arse. It can take about 3 or 4 hours to get the thing where it needs to be. And I'm swinging round on these tables, and I don't want to do that. So I'm going to build a mobile base. So we'll do a video on that, and we'll aim to get that video out on the 21st of the month, and that should be quite interesting. I'll also talk a little bit more about the base I've got and why I don't like it and don't recommend it. Then I want to do a bit of a tool till. I've mentioned this a few times. You can see here the hand tools that I tend to grab for the most. I just lay here on this bookshelf. Now eventually I will have hand tool storage under the new workbench if I can ever get the stock to build it. But I'm actually going to have some of the hand tools a bit closer to hand. And I've always wanted to put a bit of a tool till here, a ramped piece of material at the back. And that means I can just simply stand my planes up like this. So if I'm using it, I've got somewhere to quickly put it down and don't have to keep putting them away again. So we may as well do that. So we'll do the tool till. I'm also thinking of putting a block of drawers, very small drawers, either in this section here or as a thin collection of shelves that go across this piece here on the bookshelf. And that's because under this bench I'm still storing a little bit of junk, and when I come to do the build I don't want any junk under there at all. And in there I've got things like electrical fuses, some electrical chock block, electrical tape, some BA bolts, some washers, some picture hooks, that sort of thing that we all tend to collect in the workshop. And I just want a place for those to live, because as you know I like everything to be pretty organised. So I'll be doing that, and if we do that we'll probably make a nice job of it. I've got some cherry in there and I've got some maple in there, so I might well do a cherry frame and maple fronts on the drawers just for a bit of fun, really, to keep myself busy while the lockdown's on. So look out for that for the future. I do want to go and do this workbench over at the website. I've now finished the design. Now while I've been locked down I took the advantage and time to learn Fusion 360. It's a program that's always interested me from a design point of view, and it has so much promise of doing so many great things that SketchUp just can't really achieve. But the learning curve is huge. It's a huge steep learning curve. So I've spent a lot of time actually playing with Fusion 360, and the first project I've designed on it is our new workbench, and you can see here from the photograph how good that looks. All that is done on Fusion 360, and the way that I can render that and the way I can create the drawings for it is absolutely phenomenal. So I'm really excited about Fusion 360, and I can still create the bill of materials, I can still do the layout diagrams. So the bench is going to be the first time I've used Fusion 360 from start to end, including the plans that you'll be able to get hold of over on the website. So that's quite exciting. So it's worthwhile, I think, talking a little bit over on the website about the Workbench concept, why I'm building it the way I am, and then maybe a couple of videos to take it through how I've actually designed that thing. I am thinking of buying the stock, my usual Timberyard do mail order. Obviously buying stock sight unseen is always a little bit risky, but I want to crack on and get it done, and now's a good time to do it while we're in a bit of a downtime. So I probably will order the stock, get that delivered, assuming they're doing delivery of course, and then I can start this course proper. So that's the video plan loosely for April. Things may change, things may move around, but I'm committed to continue to get videos out there and keep things moving forward. Now the channel's doing reasonably well. Watch time continues to rise. We're now over just over 2 million minutes of watch time across our videos. Our target for December, the end of the year, is 2.5, so we're probably going to make that. So I would imagine sometime around about August, September timescales, which will be nice to see. The number of subscribers is rising, 9,333. We've set a target for December of 15,000. 10,000 is a bit of a milestone on YouTube actually, and we'll probably celebrate that with some sort of, you know, video that looks back on, I don't know, the year of the Woodgrafter or something like that. And if I get to 10,000, that's actually bronze status. So I might do a video and make myself a bronze YouTube play button that we can put up on the shelf, because you don't actually get anything from YouTube for that, apart from the fact that you can sell some t-shirts on their partner website. But other than that, you don't get an awful lot for 10,000 users, but you are formally at bronze status. Silver status, which is 50,000, I think, that's when they start to send you those nice little play buttons. That'd be quite nice if we had a silver play button, but we might mess around and make ourselves a bronze play button. Who knows? See what we think. And then the exciting news, I guess, the website, we had a target of 500 people for the December target. We've surpassed that. We're now at 572 members over on the website. Still not seeing the interaction I'd like to see. People are posting there now, but I'm not seeing the community pile in to have those conversations. So I need to make a judgment call at some point about whether or not I continue with the website, because it does cost me money to host that, and there's obviously time to maintain it and all the various bits of software that make the thing work. So although the membership is rising, I'm not seeing the interaction picking up in the way I was hoping it would. I'll still be doing courses, but again, if I take the website down, I might put the courses behind a Patreon subscription service and just close the website down completely. But I've not made that decision yet. I'm not planning on doing that. I'm just thinking through it, because membership, as you can see, is rising big time every single month. I'm just not seeing the interaction I'd expect to see come through with that. So there you have it. That's our review of the month. Interesting month, strange month, but we're getting through it. I hope you are all okay. And at that point, we'll leave it. I'll see you next week, where we will do the review of the Bench Dog product. Hope that's going to be interesting to you. Hope you're looking forward to that. Great to know what you guys are up to. How are you keeping busy during lockdown? Leave some comments below. Let me know what's on your bench, what you're up to. Send me some photographs and maybe we can use those in the next vlog to share with the community. With that said, keep safe, look after yourselves, look after your family, and I'll see you next time.